possible for us to gather here today to honor thee, to give gratitude to thee, and to also give back from where we were blessed as youths. Oh Lord, guide our thoughts, guide our hearts, guide these proceedings. May we proceed in your honor to the glory of the Almighty Father, so that at the end of the day, we have cause to glorify you and honor you always. Accept our gratitude, Lord Almighty, once again, in thy holy name. Amen.
Today we are going to do, about 4 of us will do a presentation, do a talk for only 20 minutes each, okay? And at the end of the day, there'll be judges there watching. You also will be judges, so you'll be judges on the ground, because you will do your own judging as well, okay? And there's going to be present. There's going to be a plaque for all those people that participate, okay? But there'll be general present for all of you, so not to worry, okay? Now, so we're getting started now, and I'm going to announce the names of the 4 people first, or who do I, is it judges first or the student? No, the participants first, okay? And the participants are, Tofumi Ojo, Chikamara Amauche, Favor Oyegoke, Augustina Adelodun. Judges, Mr. Emmanuel Sawyer, I think I saw him coming just now. Mrs. Funke Yerokun, Mr. Gabriel Enato, and Mrs. Cecilia Atwai. The topic that they're going to be talking about is the future of Nigeria, youth perspectives for renewal and progress. So you just follow as they talk.
Good morning, Reverend Sisters. Good morning, teachers. Good morning, landers. Good morning, parents. And good morning, my fellow students. My name is Ojo Tofumi, and I'm here to deliver a talk on the topic titled, The Future of Nigeria, Youth Perspective for Renewal and Progress. I personally find this topic very interesting and exciting because recently I had a talk with one of my friends. I believe she's among the audience. It's Ebube. She's seated right there. So we had a talk about the future of Nigeria, whether Nigeria will have a great future or not. I defended the point that Nigeria is obviously going to have a bright and prosperous future, but she was of the opinion that Nigeria is only going to continue getting worse without any improvements. And this argument that I had with my friend really got me thinking that many Nigerians also struggle with similar questions. Questions like, can Nigeria truly ever be great? What are the things we need to do to improve our country? What role do the youth play in the improvement of our country? And I know that almost everyone sitting here right now that had that thought or similar question at least once in their lifetime. But don't worry, just sit back and relax. I believe that your question shall be answered soon. Today I stand here representing most of the youth as I air or share my thoughts on this topic. As a youth living in Nigeria, I'm here to share my thoughts on our hopes, dreams and aspirations for our country, Nigeria, on what we believe, what we hope to see in our country, the changes that we want to impact in our country. To start off, I believe that, again, I'm saying that I believe that our country shall have a bright and prosperous future. But however, in the realization of such hopes for our country, Nigeria, it requires conscious and consistent effort from each and every one of us here. First off, let's define a youth. A youth is a person that is gradually transitioning from childhood to adulthood. It refers to a state or period of being young. The youth, with their ambitious, bright, and exuberant minds, are believed to possess the key or the potential to unlocking a country's success. This is why the inclusion and involvement of a youth in every part of the country is greatly valued. Now, I've been saying Nigeria since. Let's talk about our country. I believe that I can say, and other people can agree with me, that Nigeria is the most blessed black nation. However, some people might oppose me on this motion. But I'm going to give you reasons why I believe that our country is the most blessed black nation. Firstly, there are abundant natural resources. Nigeria has fertile lands that are blessed with a wide variety of natural resources. Or is it the availability of human resources? Our country is a highly populous country with over 200 million people living in it. And this number keeps increasing day by day. Or is it our rich cultural diversity? Nigeria is a country with over 250 ethnic groups, with 400 languages being spoken in this country. Or is it the fact that Nigeria does not experience the same natural disasters that experience other countries, like America, Canada, and others? And we have obviously heard reports about natural disasters going on in other countries, but such is not the case in Nigeria. And it is no small feat or achievement that Nigeria is referred to as the giant of Africa. She earned that title. Despite all these good things I just listed, or despite the fact that our country is so rich in potential, why is it that we still remain backward? I want to throw this question to the audience now. Can someone please rise up and tell me one of the greatest challenges that you believe that in Nigeria that Nigeria is facing right now? Titi, please, can you answer? Okay, yes, that's a very, very, very important aspect of our country, an important problem that our country is facing right now. Now let's talk about the challenges that Nigeria is currently facing. One of the greatest challenges that I believe that our country is facing right now is the problem in politics. The Nigerian government has worsened over the years. Our government is plagued by corruption, bribery, tribalism, nepotism, weak institutions, bureaucratic tendencies, redundancy, and so many more. I could keep going on. As long as we have leaders who only care about building new houses, buying cars, going on frequent trips, we are surely not going to get anywhere. We need to fix our leadership. I believe that that's the most important thing we need to do in our country. If we really care about improving our country, we need to fix our leadership. As the administration of the entire country are in the hands of these people, it is in light of this that the youths are greatly advocating or demanding for political leaders who would be more transparent, responsive, responsible, accountable, and care more about the wishes and aspirations of the masses. We need more honest, fair, and just leaders. This will help to build trustworthy and credible leaders that would contribute towards the growth and development of our country, Nigeria. Also, I believe that everyone can agree with me when I say that another problem we face in Nigeria is the fact that most people that hold political offices today did not get there because of their merits. Many of them are there because they have connections or they know someone who knows someone in the government. Or am I lying? Yes, I'm not lying. And it's because of that that we the youth believe that the only yardstick in employing or appointing or electing people into political offices should be their suitability and their qualifications. This will help to build more effective leaders that actually know what they are doing in government. Also, another problem is the fact that Nigeria has a problem in conducting elections. Why is it that in America, when they conduct elections, it's like a normal day? Many people go to work, children go to schools. It's a normal day in the country. But however, in Nigeria, that day is more like a public holiday. It's like a day where most people are not allowed to move around. It's because of the mass violence, the thuggery, the intimidation, victimization that is always going on that day. And such should not be the case. We the youth, we need a country where there is an adequately secured and peaceful method of conducting elections. Everyone will be free to do their normal activities as a person. Okay, now I've talked about Nigerian politics. Let's talk about our economy. Because our economy too is also facing serious problems. I believe that inflation is the major problem we have in Nigeria's economy today. Can someone please rise up and tell me what inflation is? Titi? Yes, thank you. You're correct. Anyone else? Angela? Yes, thank you. All that is correct. Inflation is the persistent and consistent rise in prices of goods and services in the market. What used to be sold for 10,000 naira now goes for 20,000 naira or even more. What used to be sold for 1,000 naira that we could, especially like, let's take for example, our soft drinks now that we usually buy for like 100 naira. But now, many of them are 500 naira, some 700 naira, and they keep increasing, some 800. They keep increasing day by day. When Tinubu first came into power, we were promised that our economy will be stabilized. And they implemented some economic reforms, like removal of fuel subsidies, and they tried to unify the exchange rates. But however, this did not work out. We got the opposite of what we were promised. As petrol prices now have only skyrocketed more than 20% than before, and inflation has worsened. This has greatly increased the poverty levels in our country, as the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. This has widened the economic gap between the rich and the poor in our country. According to statistics, More than 80% of Nigeria's population of people are poor. This is more than half of the percent of people we have in our country, and they keep getting poorer. It's because of this that the youth are greatly seeking and advocating for the government to change this. It should implement more sound economic policies that would help to control inflation and reduce the prices of goods and services in the market. Goods should be more affordable to make everyone able to buy and live well. You should have a good standard of living, everybody in the country, both the rich and the poor, both those that are working in the lower class and those in the upper class. I heard a story one time. My dad told me a story one time. He told me that in the 90s, he bought his first car for, I think he said, I can't really remember. I think he said he bought it 7,000 naira or 8,000 naira, but it was less than 10,000 naira. This is alarming. When I heard this, I laughed, to be honest. Because the difference between then and now is so great. Like, very, very great. A car now goes in millions. What am I saying? Millions, some are going in billions. We can obviously see our celebrities today buying cars, living pompous lifestyle. They are buying new houses, doing various things. And next time we'll say that our country is poor. Our country is not poor. Let me just tell you, we have money. There's money where the money is. This needs to be changed. This is becoming greatly alarming. What am I trying to say with this? It is obvious that Nigeria's economy has declined over the years and has faced a lot of problems. But however, I believe that these challenges are not insurmountable. They can still be changed. There's room for improvement. There's room for change. We can still do better. Let's talk about another problem Nigeria's economy faces. It's the problem in employment. There's a high rate of unemployment right now among the youth in our country. According to the State of Nigeria Youth Report 2025 by Plan International Nigeria, there are over 80 million of Nigeria youths that are struggling with unemployment, and we have a total population of over 150 million youths. You see, this is more than half of the number of people that we have in our country, number of youths that we have in our country. This needs to be changed. If we are seeking for a greater Nigeria, this really needs to be changed. The youth they envision a country where there are more employment opportunities, where everyone can go to work. Many youths now are staying at home. Most of them have started engaging in crime or fraudulent practices, not for them to earn a living. And this is greatly destabilizing our country. We need to do better. They require the government to invest more in providing employment opportunities, in efficient management of our natural resources, in investing more in our roads, power, electricity, technology, transportation. We need to do more. This will help to enhance business operations and attract foreign investment to our country. Sound economic policy should obviously be implemented in our economy. Back in those days, according to history, the military government of then, I think that was during the time of Babangida, Obasanjo, Murtala Muhammad, our economy was actually doing great. We did not import petroleum. We did not import petroleum products. Our refineries were working well. Prices of goods in the market were very cheap. But such is not the case now. Yes, we have a democratically elected government. I'm not trying to say the military government is better than democratic government, but we used to do better then than now. If we don't want the military to come into power again, we seriously need to address these issues. Lastly, the two major sectors of our country that I want to talk about that needs improvement is our healthcare sector and also the educational sector of our country. Education is a very important aspect of a youth's life. The youths are young, they are growing, they are developing, they are building their minds. They need to go to school, learn new things, learn skills that will help them in future. As we all know that the youths are the future leaders of our country. They need to improve. Yes. This is why the government needs to invest more in our educational sector. They need to provide more schools. Like we have public schools now. These public schools, all of them are doing well. We need to provide more facilities in our public schools. Provide more facilities so that these children can learn more. They can grow. Not only the secondary institutions, also the tertiary institutions. They should be giving more money to help to fund their activities. Also, the healthcare sector of our country, that's the hospitals and the clinics. They face the problem, they have inadequate funds, they have poor infrastructure, they don't have enough medical personnel. In order for them to properly do their work in our country, these things need to be changed. The government needs to explore multiple paths to transforming our educational sector and also prioritize the well-being of the citizens. They should also invest more in the training of educators and medical personnel in order to properly prioritize the well-being of our citizens and do better in every aspect of our country. This is very essential for the growth and development of our youth. There are many sectors of our economy of our country that needs improvement, like the justice system, but my time is limited, so I can't really talk about everything. But you all know the problems we face in our country today. To leave you now, in conclusion, I will conclude now. Nigeria is a great country. It has the potential of becoming a very great country. But as I said before, we face a lot of problems in maximization of our potential. One solution I want to tell everyone now towards the development and improvement of our country is loyalty to our country. Everyone, not only the youth now, both the children, the aged, the disabled, we need to show loyalty to our country. We need to devote our time, effort, and commit our time towards developing our country. In order to bring this vision into reality, just imagine a country where there's no corruption, no poverty, cheap prices of goods and services, a perfect and idealized society. We need to bring this vision into reality. And I believe that with collective support and effort, Nigeria can rise to meet the required standards and become better in life. With all this that I have said, I believe that in 10 years' time, we can all envision a country, Nigeria, that is among the 10 most successful countries in the entire world. We can obviously make this dream work, but it requires work and effort. Nigeria's future promises hope, peace, progress, and in all, greatness. I'm going to leave you now with this. My name remains Tofumi Ojo. Thanks for listening. Nigeria through the eyes of its youth, the dreams, fears, and the road ahead. Who are youth? Do what we feel or think about our future and that of our country matter? Do we matter? Nigeria is a blessed country of natural resources and raw materials, diverse cultural tribes and languages, and beautiful, intelligent people. Nigeria is a country of many wonders, yet it is marred by the greed and selfishness of its political leaders. The youth of Nigeria are far more important to the nation than we realize. They are important in shaping the future of the nation. Did you know that over 60% of the Nigerian population are under the age 25? The youth are not just the future, they are the present. What does the future of our country look like from the perspective of its young population? As we may know, youth are people in the phase of life between childhood and adulthood, characterized by physical, emotional, and social development. The youth hold most of the demographic power in the country, as most of Nigeria's population is young, over 63%, as I mentioned earlier. Did you know that millennials and Gen Z make up about 50% of the Nigerian population? This gives Nigeria a potential youth dividend if this large human resource is educated, engaged, and employed well, or a ticking time bomb if current trends persist, as it could lead to demographic burdens such as unemployment, social unrest, brain drain. Although Nigeria is all and beyond what I have stated here, it is plagued with a mass of problems unsolved, one of them being unemployment. Did you know, according to statistics, as of early 2025, 42.5% of the Nigerian youth were facing unemployment. This is an outstanding issue in an economy, as most of the young population are struggling with it. This leads to another of our many problems in our country: insecurity and crime. Due to the idleness most of our youth face as a result of unemployment, they tend to turn to the streets in order to make a living, engaging in activities such as banditry, armed robbery, Boko Haram, online fraudulent activities, also known as Yahoo, street boy life, also known as Agbero boys. Sorry. These activities often lead to chaos, which can then result in police brutality, as seen in NSAS. I remember one day, I was on my way home from an event. I was crossing a bus stop. I watched these street boys conduct their violence. They were being violent, misconduct, they were doing all the normal things. And these army men, policemen in the area, tried to detain them. In the process, most of these street boys were killed. And I watched thinking, these hands meant to lift Nigeria, meant to care for Nigeria, covered in blood. Their untapped potential gone with them. And I thought, these policemen, are they not to care for us? Are they not to take care of us, to secure us? I could not even continue to watch. I had to leave. Another problem is that of the educational system, which with its poor curriculum, flaws, and underpayment of teachers, which leads to strikes and delays, does not allow students to actively make use of their potential. Due to the strikes, economical instability, and insecurity, most of our Nigerian youth have developed a sense for hope of movement, both socioeconomical mobility and for a movement abroad, also known as Japa syndrome. Many see Japa as a route to a better life, not out of a lack of patriotism, but from a loss of hope. Many of our youth share a common fear that nothing will change. Leaders will continue to recycle themselves, and our voices will be sidelined. Many think that nothing good will come out of this country anymore, and that is why they leave. Now, many of our youths are afraid of becoming another generation that watches history repeat itself, powerless to change it. How does a country develop without its youth, its future? This migration to other countries in search of greener pastures is killing our country slowly, as a country is nothing without its youth. Youth want access to quality education, jobs, and opportunities to better their lives and that of their families. One without the fears, challenges, and frustrations of lack of opportunities or unemployment, uncertainty, and vulnerability, governance issues and political governance issues, economic hardship, education system weakness, political exclusion, and more. Youth face simple problems, and to these problems are simple solutions. Solutions that would take nothing out of the government, yet they refuse to do the needful. Still, in the face of all this, Nigerian youths are not giving up. The government now has nowhere to move but forward, as Nigerian youths are no longer taking any of the insecurity and the corruption in the country. The road forward can be paved through ways such as youth-centric policies that specifically target the youth needs: jobs, education, mental health, employment. These are crucial, as these say to the youth, this is the first step to encouraging them to at least stay. This is important. This is telling the youth, we understand you, we see you, we want you here. Another is the inclusive governance. As this says, this is time for the old to rest and the young to rise. This This is the involvement of our youth in leadership roles and in the design of policies and programs affecting them. Another is skill development and vocational training. This tells us as youths that here we know you have problems, but we are ready to help you as much as we can. We will train you, we will help you build, we will help you employ yourselves. This will reduce the amount of unemployment, the amount of insecurity, and the amount of useless deaths in our country by a great deal. Another is strengthening institutions. Government should be fighting corruption, ensuring governance transparency, and enforcing the rule of law so youths can actually trust them, to develop the trust that we need to have in them. Another is political awakening. The 2023 elections saw an increased youth participation and a new sense of political consciousness, even though the results were disillusioning to some. This is a positive look for our country, as if this continues, we will one day have our dream Nigeria. We will one day have what we want. We will one day have the future we deserve. Another is bridging the rural-urban divide. A rural-urban divide is the demarcation or separation between those living in the rural areas and those living in the urban areas. This is often characterized by level of provision of amenities or the digital divide itself. Government can solve this by improving facilities such as power and internet, giving the rural youths access to digital tools, and narrowing the disparities between rural and urban youth to ensure them equal chances. Another is digital activism. These modern day tools we have, the phones, the laptops, you often see people posting different things, dances, trends, songs. When we can use this to lift Nigeria from the gutters it has been placed in. Nigeria can be developed if you just take your phone, post something, do something. If you can criticize the government, call awareness to different problems in our Nigeria today. If we can talk about different problems, enough of us, then it will get recognition. It will get recognition and we can start to work on the problem. Call awareness to these problems, please. Finally, I would like to end this speech on this. Things must change, and Nigeria must become the great nation it once was and still can be. We as the youth should rise up, take the reins from the government, take the reins from them who have put us down, and we should put all this that I have said into action and see them through with. I hope and I pray that God Almighty will give our youth the strength to persevere and to pull through these cracks a new Nigeria. One where our children can run safely on the streets. One where everyone is safely employed. One like back then when we would hear stories of people who would leave their children with other friends, who would leave their children in trust of other people. Their nighttime stories, as we will hear from our parents, gathered around a bonfire, sharing joys and stories with no worries in the world. So we can go back to that time where everything was a bit safer, where everything was a bit better. Yes, it was not perfect, but better. I hope that all this I have said will be put through and seen through with. I would like to leave you on a quote. The road is not easy, but it is ours to shape. Nigeria, calm down, I'm not done. Nigeria is not a failed state, but it is a failing system that can still be revived, especially by those who care to stay and fight. I hope that this quote touches all who are here today, and we can do something, create a new Nigeria that we want, that we deserve, that we desire. God bless our youth. God bless our people. God bless Nigeria.
Said that true character is shown in how we give honor to those who truly deserve it. In that spirit, I begin by extending my respect to all who have guided, inspired, and stood as pillars of excellence. Good morning, sisters, my distinguished judges, respected teachers, and visionary young minds. My name is Oyegoke Favor, and I stand here to speak to you with a heart full of hope and conviction on the future of Nigeria, youth perspective for renewal and progress. When you hear the phrase, the future of Nigeria, what do you see? Do you see hope? Or do you see frustration? Do you see light at the end of the tunnel? Or do you see a tunnel that has no clear end in sight? Now imagine this. More than 65% of Nigerians are under 30. More than 65. This means that the future of Nigeria, our story, is not about politicians in Abuja. It's about me, and it's about you. For decades, our generation has been told to wait. Wait for leadership. Wait for opportunities. Wait for change. But now something has shifted. We are no longer waiting for the future. We are building it. Yes, we are. We are building it. Lyric by lyric, action by action, song by song, we are building the future of Nigeria. From art to tech, from activism to innovation, young Nigerians, from activism to innovation, young Nigerians are reinventing what the future of Nigeria should look like. Think about Paystack, Flutterwave, and Kuda Bank. These are ideas it was created by frustration, by young minds, by young dreamers who had a little bit more than faith and laptops. And these ideas are now billion-dollar solutions. Now looking at it, we know it. Flutterwave and Kuda Bank, they were created by young Nigerians in their late 20s and early 30s. Paystack has a yearly income of $3 billion. In a year, a Nigerian earns $3 billion because of his idea. And you're saying Nigeria is not moving forward. Okay. Now, let's think about Burna Boy, Rema, Thames, artists who use sound to turn our culture into global recognition. Yes, sorry. Artists who took sound from streets, rhythm in resilience, and turned it and exported it into the world outside. This shows that Nigerian youth of now, are ready to make Nigerian seen outside of national borders. Now, okay. Okay. Okay, Afrobeats today isn't just music. It's a cultural revolution. Okay, I can't do this. Okay. 2020, right? We all remember it. Something happened. Unity. Many young Nigerians came together from different ethnic groups, different social backgrounds, different religions. They came together to stand and say, enough. Enough of the injustice. Enough is enough. We're not doing this any longer. Now, this was not just a moment of protest. This was a realization. It was about realization. We realized that our voices, when joined together, could move an entire nation. Now, we know that Nigerian youth face a lot of problems. But we're not talking about their problems today. We're talking about how they have worked in the past and how they are still working to make Nigeria a better place tomorrow, to make the promise of a better Nigeria a reality. Now, okay, as a young activist, Miriam Adamo from Kano once said, change is slow, but I'm not giving up. And she's right. We are not. We are learning, contesting, protesting, coding, singing, designing, voting. In all, we are leading. We are leading a better Nigeria. We are leading a Nigeria where we can sit back and be proud of our country. Now, let's talk. Nigerians are facing a lot of problems today. And we know them, we've heard about them. Okay. But I want to tell you today, Nigerians have a PhD in survival. We have learned to create something existent out of nothing. We have learned to hustle in dignity, dream in ambition. We are not waiting. We're not waiting for them. We're not waiting for the government. We're not waiting for them to give us the future. We're demanding it now. We're not seeking permission. We're not waiting for validation. We're making transformation. We're creating transformation. The youth of now are ready to show and prove that they can take the bull by the horn. That is enough. They've done enough. They've led them enough. They've envisioned a Nigeria led by its own people. They fought for independence. The youth are extremely important in countries growing rates today. Now, let's envision a Nigeria where let's envision a school where coding is being taught, where coding is learned as simply as handwriting, where teachers are not just examined as their mentors. This is the type of education that produces innovators and not just job seekers. Every generation is faced with two choices: to change, to complain, or to create. So instead of asking ourselves, what can Nigeria do for me? Let's begin asking, what can I do to build Nigeria? Because we are Nigerians, we are the owner of the country. We are the only ones who know what we can do to move it forward. Everyone has a role to play in moving Nigeria forward today. Not every person on the newspaper, on the headlines are the true leaders. Not just the government, not just Tinubu. Those are not the leaders. There are some who are working in the sidelines, who are working behind the scenes to ensure a better Nigeria. A teacher who stays in school past school hours, teaching a struggling student, that is a nation builder. A young coder who helps an old farmer or an illiterate farmer to build an app to monitor weather conditions, that is a nation builder. A woman who starts a small business in her kitchen and employs youths to work with her, guess what? That is also a nation builder. Those people are working in the sidelines to make Nigeria a better future. So we have no excuse. Nigeria must be great. Nigeria is a great country. It's not a dwarf. Nigeria is a big country. It still remains the giant of Africa. But yes, everybody has their problems. So now we're going to ask ourselves that in this movement that we're making now, what are we going to do? Are we going to be spectators, or are we going to actually participate in it? Are we going to be spectators, or are we going to participate? What is going to be our role in this movement? So, okay. To conclude my talk today, I'm going to be saying that Nigeria has a lot of problems. Yes, we know. We might not be the one with the best roads, or we have the most stable electricity. That's not true. But we have something that every nation envies, that every nation wants, but not every nation has. We have a young population with boundless ability. But this population are ready to make their mark in Nigeria. So as I'm leaving, I'm going to leave you with this. The future of Nigeria lies in our hands. It lies in my hand, it lies in your hand. It lies in our hands. Every one of us here, we have a role to play in moving the future of Nigeria. But I must say, it has never looked brighter. Thank you.
My name is Adelodun Augustina, and today I'll be presenting an insightful and broad topic, which is titled The Future of Nigeria, Youth Perspectives for Renewal and Progress. We all know that our country, Nigeria, is nicknamed the Giant of Africa. But this giant is gradually becoming a dwarf due to various factors that inhibit the growth and development of the country, thereby making her progress stunted. Nigeria is a federal republic located in the sub-Saharan region of West Africa and is known as Africa's most populous country due to the fact that she has an estimated population of over 230 million people, and she's also known as the sixth most populous country in the world. Nigeria has a landmass of 923,768 square kilometers, and that makes her 4 times the size of the United Kingdom. Nigeria is also known as Africa's largest oil exporter, as she belongs to many international organizations. Please, who from the audience can tell us any international organization Nigeria belongs to? Please stand. Thank you. Thank you very much. Anyone else? Yes, phrase. OPEC. Last one. Kamsi. Thank you very much. Please clap for them. Now, we can see that Nigeria belongs to a lot of international organizations. Nigeria also had an increase in her GDP just in the first quarter of this year by 3.13%. Nigeria is also a country that is filled with diversity with over 500 languages and over 250 ethnic groups. Notwithstanding this stupendous appraisal, Nigeria still faces some setbacks that reverse her progress and limit her potential, thereby causing the sense of trepidation in the hearts of many citizens, especially our youth. Who here knows who a youth is? A youth. Definition of a youth. If there's no one from the audience, then I can continue. Okay. Titi. Thank you very much. Please clap for her. So, a youth is also a person transitioning between childhood and adulthood. That is, a person between the ages of 15 and 35. We are all youths here. Many of us, even our daddies and mummies here, you are very agile and young. And you are very demure. Yeah. So, with the population of youth we have here, we can create an estimate of population of youth we have in the country. And that's a lot of youth. That's why we need to make profitable decisions that can turn Nigeria around for better, to make the future better and brighter for all citizens of the country, especially our youth. Now that I've introduced the concept of setbacks, you may ask yourself, what does the future even hold for our Nigerian youth? Well, let me take you on a journey, as I'll be giving you an explicit and expository analysis on 6 sectors or factors of Nigeria with components that either make or mar the country. So I'll be talking about social factor, where we'll see the decrease in social interactions due to the overuse of technological devices. The political factor, where you'll be seeing the implementation of technology in governance, the involvement of the youth in politics, the ambition of our future leaders, the violation of human rights, and the difficulty to recover from current political situations. We'll be seeing economic factors, such as the decline in the contribution of the agricultural sector to the growth of the economy, the effect of mass emigration on the country, the grieving loss of jobs due to the overuse of artificial intelligence in workplaces, and the future development of all sectors in Nigeria. We will also be seeing the cultural factor, where we'll see how Nigeria is so relevant to the world today, and we'll be seeing an extinction in our ethnic languages and festivals. We'll also be talking about factors about general values, where we'll see an increase in laziness in the future. I don't know if you guys will agree to that, but let's see that as we go on. An increase in laziness in the future, the effect of examination malpractice, especially on the citizens of the country, and also a future urge for rebellion by youth. And last but not the least, we'll also be seeing the religious factor, which is in the future, I predict, a mass abandonment of faith. So, once we all gather our thoughts together, we'll be able to give an amateur conclusion on what the future of Nigeria is from the youth perspective. So without further ado, let's begin. So we'll start with the social factor. The social factor I mentioned earlier was the decrease in social interactions due to the overuse of technological devices. The invention of technology is a great feat, and the benefits are very much to the country and even the world at large. Can mention examples of technological devices that you use every day? Yes, Shama. Phones? Yes, Ore. Thank you very much. Please clap for them. These are technological devices and many more that are used to make our lives better and help us to work smarter in different aspects of our lives, like education, business, and many other things. But there are aspects of technology that, when used or even overused, they create a detrimental effect on those who use them or overuse them, such as gaming. Gaming is a mechanism that is used to release stress from those who use them. So we have different games like Ore, Survey Surfers, Shama, Fortnite. Okay, Fortnite. Angela, FIFA. Last one. Yes, ma. Oh, ma, I can see that you're very enlightened. Okay, so we have these many games used by many people, not even the youth only, but also the adults. But they are mostly overused by the youth, and this causes addiction, especially in teenagers. It's not only teenage boys that use gaming for relieving stress, but also teenage girls. We have the most popular gamer is a girl. So this is very detrimental because social interaction is used in our life so that we can build social behavioral skills. And those that overuse or are addicted to gaming, they actually do not understand the full potential of their brain. And then they isolate themselves, creating a virtual world where they will not be able to know how to interact with people. Well, how can this be solved? Well, those that are addicted, they can go for talk therapy, which is called psychotherapy. They can go for counseling so that they will know how to reduce their addiction to this. They can also learn to make priorities in life, because let's say now, as you are a youth, you are in school, your priority should not be getting married at this age. Or who wants to get married now? Your priority shouldn't also be buying a car at this age. Wait, who wants to have a Rolls Royce in the future? You can see many of them. So you have to work hard to get that. Okay. So, and the last thing is also discipline. Many of our youths are not disciplined, and this puts them in a state that makes them, it puts them in a bad state. So we need to learn how to be disciplined as youth. So we can show our parents that yes, we are strong and we have discipline. Can we show them that? Yes. Thank you very much. Next set of factors is the political factor. So let's start with the involvement of youth in politics. So, I'll be talking about the election process. The election process is a decision-making process in the country where the electorates have the greatest power in their votes and their voices. But over the years, Nigerian youths have not realized this power that they have, and they have formed a sense of political apathy where they don't come out for elections due to many factors such as ignorance, poverty, or even intimidation by the police or even rich politicians. But something great happened in 2023. 2023 gubernatorial elections was an eye-opener to the country. You can see that. I hope you guys saw the news that day. On the morning of that day, on 2023, many people came out in great numbers so that they can make a decision to change the future of our country. We could see that in the statistics, where 76% of newly registered voters were youth. 40% of them were seen as students. This is an improvement to the statistics of the 2019 elections, where only 51% of registered youth actually came out to vote for the new leader. Alas, the efforts of these people that came out for the election in 2023 was futile due to the plethora of electoral malpractices that happened in that year. Who knows any electoral malpractices that happened in 2023? Buying of votes, thank you very much. Please clap for her. Okay. And we also have many electoral malpractices that happened in that year, but we need to use time wisely. Okay. So, and we also have the violation of human rights. We could see something happened on the 1st of October. Nigeria reached a great milestone. She turned 60 years of independence, and it was a thing of celebration, despite the fact that we're all confined in our homes in 2020 due to the lockdown of pandemic for the coronavirus. But our joy was cut short on the 20th of October 2020. The NSAS killings actually happened on the 20th of October 2020. This protest actually started on the 3rd of October due to the inhumane activities of the SARS, which is the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, a division of the police, towards the youth of the country. It caused an outcry, it caused an uproar, and this is why the youth came out in their great numbers with many activists and many actors to speak against the inhumane activities that happened from the SARS. What happened to them? They were actually killed. Killed by people that are meant to protect them. Killed by the police. Killed by the military. They did not want the future to rise. They don't want the future of our country to be better. They want us to stay politically backwards so that they'll continue to enjoy profit, the profit that they are getting from the government. The government use these weapons and these forces to stop our voices from coming out. And so it is also very sad that 5 years later, the orchestrators of this crime have not been found and justice has not been served. May the souls of all those who died in the NSAS protest rest in peace. We also see the ambition of our future leaders. It is no news that our country, Nigeria, is actually governed by grandparents and great-grandparents. And many of them actually cruel, and many of them also have hindsight. And this is a hindrance to the development of the nation. When they are old, when they are gone, when they die, the administration of the country will be left to the youth that do not even know how to take care of the country, how to lead the country. From here, we'll also be seeing the difficulty to recover from political situations. If you ask a foreigner now, what do you think about Nigeria? What do you think is the first thing that will come to mind? Thank you very much. Yes, Faiza. Scammers, thank you. We've seen corruption and also scammers. You'll be hearing them in their accents like, oh my gosh, like I was talking to a Nigerian prince online and he said he wants to marry me, but he asked me for $20,000 and I willingly gave him. Then I never saw him again. So this is very bad because we have tarnished our reputation, put a bad image of ourselves to the world. And the last but not the least is the infusion of technology in governance. So in the 2023 elections, the INEC, which is the Independent National Electoral Commission, actually introduced some technological devices that can aid in the election process, such as the BVAS, which is the Bimodal Voters Accreditation System, the IREV, which is the INEC Results Viewing, and the IVED, which is the INEC Voting Electorate Polling and device, and so on. This was supposed to be made that it can aid the election process, but it actually came out as a failure. And this made the hope of many people to be shattered because they actually thought that finally Nigeria can become a great nation, that we can actually move forward. How can we solve all this? The Nigerian youth, you should know your power in your voice and your votes. And you should also use technology to show the world what's really happening in Nigeria. Many Nigerian youth are tech savvy. Many of them have technological skills. We could see many technological devices made by youth, such as even a generator that is powered by urine. I've seen that on the news, and I was very amazed. We have the skills, we have the potential, we just don't have the resources. So the government should help us by providing resources, and the youth can take over. The youth can actually use this for the benefits of the country and push us forward so that we become a better country, even with technology. They should also speak out, use the technology to tell the world what is really happening in Nigeria. And we all know the popular cliche by Nelson Mandela, which is, the youth of today are the future leaders of tomorrow. Aren't we the future leaders? We are the future leaders, and we should be able to move this country forward. When we grow older, we should be able to implement some policies that can push this country forward and can put us in, like, even the first in the global rank. Don't you want that to happen? So now we'll be talking about the economic factors. The first economic factor I'll be talking about is the decline in the contribution of the agricultural sector to the growth of the economy. The agricultural sector is a big sector that contributes largely to the GDP of the country. But many people fail to realize the power and the worth of this sector. We see many schools saying, if you want to become a farmer, that means you are a very poor person. You want to be a poor person. We see many parents say, over my dead body, my child will never be a farmer. After all these things that I've done for them. But they fail to realize that farming has different levels. We have the subsistence and the commercial level. And the commercial level can generate a lot of money and generate a lot of revenue for the country. Now, since this agricultural sector, 5 minutes, okay. Since this agricultural sector is not the focal point in Nigeria, the focal point in Nigeria is the oil sector. And this is very bad because there's now a neglect of other sectors in Nigeria. So that is why, even in the future, as we are youth, we need to implement policies that will help us to develop all sectors. Thereby, we'll be able to reduce underutilization of resources, be able to change lives, save lives, and use our resources for the good and betterment of our country, Nigeria. We can even produce more food. We can move from a developing country to a developed country. We can move from a consuming country to a producing country. We also have other factors that I can't talk about now because of the want of time. So I'll conclude by this. Who can give a conclusion from all I've said? What do you think? What do you want Nigeria to be? Or what do you think Nigeria is going to be in the future? Anybody? Okay. Well, as a youth, I feel like the future of Nigeria will be thriving, where the economy will be thriving, the political situation will be stable, and our government will actually be democratic, the actual democratic government that will actually listen to the views of our electorate, listen to what the masses have to say. The youth, we are the future of tomorrow. We should use our power, we should use our voices to speak out and turn this country around for better, for good. Thank you very much.
You can sit down. We will turn this country around for better, for good. Okay? Honestly, having had all our ladies here speak to us, I'm encouraged. I am encouraged to the extent of believing that this country can only get better. What is my encouragement? That even those of us that are gray-haired now, we are not so sure of anything anymore, but you are very optimistic. They are very optimistic, and I know you share the same views with them. So with your optimism, I can go to sleep. Oh yes, I can go to sleep, which means that I'm good. We're leaving things in the hands of people that can move things forward. I'm encouraged, and I'm sure my other colleagues here are encouraged as well. MCSS, can we clap for all the children here, please? Thank you very much. Okay. Well, they have done well. The results will come later, and they will be nicely rewarded for the efforts they've made this morning, and also for encouraging us. We will be having somebody, a lady, to come talk to all of us, okay? But you in particularly, a way of encouragement, 10 minutes. 5 minutes. Thank you. 5 minutes.
Panel of judges and my fellow students. My name is Obia John. I'm here to present the topic, the future of Nigeria from the youth's perspective for renewal and progress. So as a youth, we have all heard our parents talk about the good old days, when 1 naira could buy you a bag of rice, 15 naira could buy you a brand new car, not some token ball car that you always need to repair. The activities of our corrupt leaders have left Nigeria battered, bloodied, and scarred, but not defeated. She stands in defiance for her youths, her children. So as the youth, what should we do? We must seize the reins of leadership and fight for our country. We must not wait for our grandfathers and grandmothers to fix the country for us. Rather, we should do it ourselves. Is it the story of Burna Boy, our Grammy Award winner, or is it Hilda Bassi, the recent world record holder? Our youth have consistently shown that not only are they good, but they are the best. Just like our mother, Nigeria, our youth have learned to be resilient in face of lack of support and infrastructure from governments. We have always shone out. We have always been the best since the beginning of time. So, if you ask me about the future of Nigeria, I will not be afraid. Rather, I would anticipate it with enthusiasm, because it is not only bright, but it is a brilliant future indeed. Thank you.
I have a speech I wrote down. You're going to permit me, I left my glasses when I was hurrying to come, but I'm going to read, but I'll speak to you from my heart. I speak to the young ones from my heart because you are at the center of my heart. I always say it. I always say it. Once upon a time, I was a teenager. I was a student. And by the grace of God, I'm standing here because God gave me the opportunity to. And because of certain things I went through as a young girl, I want to see that every one of you is fine. Not just the young girls. I'm talking about the boy and the girl. Okay? So I want to start by saying thank you once again, sirs. Thank you, Ma. It's a privilege. And it gives me great joy to stand before you today to speak on the topic that holds the key to the nation of tomorrow. The future dream is you. Young ones, the future dream is you. So every time we talk about the future of Nigeria, people look at, people think of infrastructures, roads, skyscrapers, industries, technology. But let me tell you something. When we're talking about the future of Nigeria, we're talking about you sitting down here, the young boy, the young girl. You are all seated today, and you are the dream of Nigeria. There is a song. When we had our Children's Day event, there is a song that was born in my heart. It's been burning. And it was sung by Whitney Houston of blessed memory. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Each and every one of you here. Because, you see, when I talk to you younger ones, I don't talk. I don't go prim and proper. I talk about it the way it's born in my heart. They said, teach them, show them all the beauty they possess inside. You guys carry greatness. I heard you. I heard you speak. Particularly the last speaker. Wow, thumbs up. But you all did very well. We are already seeing the beauty in you. We see the giftings You guys possess. There is not a single one of you here. Listen to me. Nobody should tell you that you cannot amount to anything. Can't you see how you are doing this thing? Efulefu. You know what efulefu is now? Oh, look at you. Double O. My dear, nobody. None of you. You are all uniquely created. Okay? So, when we talk about Nigerian future, we're talking about you. We're talking about you. I am sorry to say that this generation has been neglected. You've been neglected. They've been neglected. Parents have been very busy, paying school fees, working very hard, taking them for holidays, and leaving the necessary things, the important things. They'll give them a phone, give iPad, give laptop, give internet. Then the phones, the social media begins to teach, to train, to mentor these young ones. And we all know that as much as the fact that the social media is beautiful, is awesome, it has made life so easy. I have a family abroad. Now it doesn't even look like I've not seen them in a long while because I talk to them via video. That's good. But what about the things that pop up? And we have young ones like you that are very curious. You want to know. And parents are not talking. Because before I address the children, let me just say a bit to the parents. They are not talking to these children. They are not conversing with the children. We are not showing them the light. When they even come with curious questions like, Mommy, what is sex? Daddy, what is, hey, shut up. What do you know about that? Keep quiet. Don't say anything like that. And that curiosity lingers. Then the child goes to the wrong person and asks. And the wrong person will say, let me teach you and show you what sex is. It's sad. It's sad. And then the social media begins to pop up things, suggest. And out of curiosity, pornography becomes the thing of the day. You see girls, 10-year-old, 8-year-old, in porn sites, dancing like God knows what. It makes me cry. In fact, I'm not right. No more this. I'm talking from my heart because there is so much to say. And when the child wants mommy or daddy, just take the phone, go and play. Danger. Time bomb. That is what it is. We need to come back to the children. We need to start talking to our kids. We need to start exposing them to the dangers of even social media, of even the phone. We need to let our children begin to trust us and be confident enough to tell us, Mommy, a guy touched me. I allowed a guy to touch me. When I was growing, I did not have anybody to guide me. I didn't. We were the old school trained girls. My mommy is go and buy Maggie in Mommy Joshua's place. Go and sweep the house. That was the relationship I had with my mom. That was the much they knew. But I had an elder brother. I had an aunt. I had people that were older than me. And the things I saw, is only God that helped me that I didn't miss my way. Keeping chains of men friends. In fact, you know I'm telling you this? I always like to open up so that you kids will know that even if you're not hearing it, some of us know. And we're ready to share with you. We're ready to talk to you. As young as I was, 15, 16, I'll be sent all the way from Festac to governor's office to collect money from a boyfriend to give to an aunt. I imagine the danger. I know I was faced with many, but I just thank God that I was protected. So growing up like that, that was what I saw. I was just a girl that wanted more in life. I wanted to come out great. I wanted to stand out. I wanted to be an independent young girl, earning my own money. Because everything I saw was contrary to what my heart was crying out for. Was more than that. Do you understand? I made mistakes. I fell yakata. And I got up. And I said, I dusted my butt and I said, no more mistakes. Because I now understood that I am responsible for whatever I'll be. So I want to talk to each and every one of you here. Some of you have spoken. But do you know most of the things you share today is contrary to what your mates are saying, are thinking. You know. You know what I'm talking about. They'll tell you, in fact, you hear school is scam. Education is scam. You hear, all those things don't happen. All kinds of things. Even from children that are growing up in churches, whose parents are pastors. We hear all this. But because I heard this today, I just want to believe that it's not just words. Are you ready to make a change? Because this generation is a ticking time bomb. Do you know why? Do you know why you are a ticking time bomb? Let me tell you why. First, your brains are digital. It's not like we were analog. You guys, it's not even digital. In fact, where are you now? You have even passed the digital, if you ask me. You guys are too much. The way your head thinks, the way you guys imagine. You guys sitting down here, do you know the word I am waiting to hear? Because I know, particularly in Nigeria, we've got it. We've got it. We have got it. Did you hear of robotic, the first robotic surgery that was a success? Do you know it was a Nigerian? And do you know whose son? I got to hear that it's Okonjo Iweala's son. Who is Okonjo Iweala? Okay. That is one of the mamas of our time, right? So, it means that, in fact, I have seen a lot because of what I do with you people. See young boys, out of nothing, they build even keke with wood and engine, and it's moving. What does that tell you? You guys have great creative abilities. You have great innovative abilities. You can innovate, you can create, but you need to focus on the right thing and take away distractions. Distractions of social media. Yes, thank God, because when I go to schools and I ask them, what do you want to study? This, I want to be an actress, I want to be a musician. You know why? It's because of the blink blink like they are saying. Because there's so much hardship in town that every child doesn't want to go through anymore. They just want to be like the Davidos, the Burna Boy, and you know their names. But do you know that if everybody becomes a musician, who will be treating you in the hospital? Who will be building houses? Who will build skyscrapers? Who will be our IT people? Who? You are the future of this country. I am seeing great minds. I am seeing strong, charactered young men and women. But it depends on your choices. It depends on the decision you take. You see all those things that were shared today? How many of you here will run with it? Who is running with it? As I'm talking, by the time, I know that with a school like this, there are restrictions. But if you have your way now, you get your phone. The next thing is either WhatsApp group chats or irrelevant talks. Do you have a group of friends that you sit down and you are thinking of creating, you are thinking of innovating? When I was in Form 4, because I did not do JS1, I was part of the Form 1 to Form 5. I had 4 seniors. They were super intelligent. And they were all guys. I hooked up with them. Because these guys, when it comes to science exhibition, they were building things. And I was looking and I was wondering, these people, so they started teaching me physics. They started teaching me chemistry. If I had assignments and it was difficult, I went to them. Today, these guys, I'm telling you, are doing exploits. They are doing very well. How many of you will sit down and say, oh, this, I like the progress, I like the success this person is doing, and I see what he or she is doing to make it happen. We want to wear long hair of 500,000 naira that we cannot afford. Okay, mommy and daddy could afford it, but if mommy and daddy cannot afford it, and you begin to look at it, so you need to start checking yourself. How content are you? Are you okay? Are you satisfied? Yeah, nobody's saying stay there. There is a future ahead. You talked about working hard. You talked about focus. You talked about reading. You talked about all those things. Are you ready to do that? So I am going to, anywhere I go, I always talk about the 3 kinds of life. There is a gifted, there is a wasted life, there is a spent life, and there is an invested life. So if you decide to live a wasted life, you know what a wasted life is. You know, you do all the wrong things to satisfy your flesh. That's a wasted life. Then the spent life is the life lived for your ego. You want to build, you are doing it for yourself. You want to, PhD for me. But the invested life is what each and every one of you should begin to think about. Think about purpose. The invested life is a life lived for purpose. Why was I born? Why am I created? What quota am I contributing on planet Earth as I have come? Begin to look at it. Today we talk about Nelson Mandela. We talk about Lateef Jakonde. We talk about Martin Luther King. What about you? What legacy do you want to leave? Do you want to be a positive history maker? Nigerian kids, smart kids. I am talking to you guys. Big boys and girls. Don't look, forget about your size. What you carry. You carry greatness. Focus. Choose right. Take the right decisions. Spend your time productively. We want Nigeria to change. When you become honest, we have a honest tomorrow. Right? When you become hardworking and integrous, we have a hardworking and integrous country. Imagine every one of us. Let's see, corruption has eaten deep. We talked about examination malpractice. Sit down and read. Give it your best. And there will be no need for examination malpractice. So do it right. So begin to invest in your lives. Start from where you are. From your home. From your school. Teachers, don't give teachers the reason to punish you. Get it right. Congratulations. Thank you. God bless you.
So what if you don't know what you're like supposed to become to make the country?
Okay. That's where we're going to talk about passion. Do you understand? That thing that is burning in your heart and you are just, you're not happy that it's not working. You know, something that is not working out, that is a bother to you, is troubling you, is something you are also created to come and fix. So what you do is look out for mentors that are trying to do 1 or 2 things to solve that problem. And you yourself, definitely, because you are given a creative ability, God will put ideas. Ideas, things will come. Because it's a problem, and you are troubled, and you want it solved. Ideas will begin to come. Look out for like minds. People that share the same passion, that share the same burden with you. Discuss it. Okay, we have seen the problem. We have identified the problem. What can we do? That is a step. And there is no way you will start that way that you won't start finding solution. So look inwardly. Look inwardly and ask yourself, why am I here? Not just to go to school, get married, have children. That's a boring life, if you ask me. We should do more things. How can I give back to society? to this earth that I am born into. Okay? So it is what is bothering you. Those problems you see. That last girl that talked, she talked a lot about EdSAS. I hope he's not an activist, but I see somebody who is going to stand up for justice. Do you understand? God bless you. Music is the food of the soul. It's what you take in. Because as you know, you listen to this music repeatedly. So it's like meditation. Do you understand? So it's like food to you. So when you begin to listen to the song, what do you want? So if you want to go into music, do you have a message? Do you have a message? You can put the message in a music form. You understand? I think Burna Boy has a few of those kind of songs. I think he does. But, you know, you call us old school. Then we had one man of blessed memory, Sonny Okosu. Go and look for him, Sonny Okosu. Go and listen to his song. He had a message, and he did not speak it. He put it in music. We used to dance it that time. All right? So there is nothing wrong in dancing. What kind of dance? Because there are dances and there are dances. Is it the one you'll be twerking and you'll be exposing your stomach, or is it choreography when a message is being passed and you demonstrate it? You understand? You speak it in dancing. Not that one that they do that they expose stomach, and you know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. I'm not an advocate of that. But if you have a message as the song is going, you are demonstrating and you are speaking the song, it's okay. But that shouldn't be, there's definitely that, those are gifts. Those are gifts. What is your passion? What is your heart crying out for? Okay? We are talking purpose here.
Good morning, Ma. In a world filled with negativity, what should a child do when faced with failure? When faced with failure.
With failure. We make mistakes, we commit errors that can be embarrassing, and it causes you to be stigmatized. My dear, don't sit down there. There is nobody that hasn't failed. There is nobody that has not fallen. Okay? I will repeat, you are great. You carry greatness. Every great man had their own fall time. Every great man had their own time of disgrace and shame. So if you for some reason, some things happened, maybe because of certain lifestyle or character or something, you practiced over time, and disgrace came or whatever. My dear, the most important thing is you have taken a decision that you're not going to repeat, that there won't be a repeat of what brought that disgrace. Dust your butt, get up, and move on. If nobody's standing by you, God is definitely standing by you. And I tell you, when you move on, even if you have, out of 100 people, 95 people condemn you, you have 5 to hold on to. Even if it is one, hold on to that one, get up, and move on. Move on. Don't stay in that place. Nobody. See, the only reason why you'll be a failure is because you decide to. You fall, you rise. You fall again, you rise up. Check the mistake, correct it, go, a new mistake, you fall, you rise. At a time, before you know it, you have made great steps, advancements. The most important thing is that you're not remaining there. Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't remain there. Nobody has not made a mistake. All of us have. I told you, I made my own mistakes. But here am I, happily, proudly, passionately pursuing my dreams. And my dreams are seeing you becoming young stars that will transform their world and society.
What I would become. I was not aiming to be a teacher or whatever, teacher or doctor or all the professions. It didn't cross my mind. So I went on, and I'm telling you this because some of you said, oh, what if we fail? I want you to know that there's nothing like failure.
You might have a change of plans for what you originally thought you would do, but it is not failure. It's just a change in direction, which will probably serve you better. Because I tell you, for the life of me, I couldn't understand chemistry in particular. I managed biology. I could not manage chemistry at all. I managed physics a little bit. But my former classmates might attest to you that when it comes to speaking English language and reading, I was good. I make bold to say I was good. People would say, oh, what is English? But I tell you, that English has served me so well. When I left school, I didn't even know for sure what I would do. But then I went on to read mass communication. By the time I ended my career, I was far from mass communication. I had 3 professional certifications. I won't bore you with details because it's not about me, it's about you. But what I also want to say to you all today is that you have greatness ahead. Nigeria, the whole world actually, is in such a state now that I'm excited. But I'm saddened that I might not be there to partake of the greatness in the future. Because when we were using papers to read, nowadays, to get information before, you had to sit in a library and comb through books. Today, how do you get information? Yeah, there's so much information available to you. So please look inside yourselves and say, what do I enjoy? As the other speaker said, when you identify that, you've got your future. You've got your passion. I will not tell you much, but I'm happy at how I turned out because I reached the peak of where I could get to. Now I'm happily enjoying my life, quietly but happily, very, very content. One of the greatest accomplishments I have is to have 3 kids and 7 grandchildren. I love them. Why I mention them also is because those grandchildren, they really shocked me because when they are talking technology, when a 12-year-old is coding, 12, there's so much opportunity for us. The future is so bright. Forget about bad governments or bad politicians. With or without them, you as an individual, you have a bright future. And I trust that you will make it big because I saw 4 students here eloquently defending a topic they got barely 1 month ago. That shows greatness. That shows that you, young boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen of the future, you have a great time ahead of you. Please, do not spend your time browsing and doing WhatsApp. Spend your time finding out what is available out there. I was talking about this thing. Somebody was saying, youths are just useless, they are doing Yahoo. I said, you don't know this. But youths are doing so much. Right now, I don't live in Nigeria. I tell you, we hire Nigerians to do work for us. You want to do an internet, you want to create a website, we are getting labor from here. I have family members and I know people who spend like 2 million naira every 2 months paying to Nigerians to help them develop software for the businesses they are trying to establish. Please, is that not a bright future? Do you know that if you can find what people like, maybe you like to cook, maybe you love, I like to cook, I'm using my example. You like to cook, you go on the internet, you create recipes, and you put recipes up on YouTube. Do you know you can earn up to 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 500,000 a month, dollars from that? Yes or no? Sure. So that's what we should be looking at. Leave aside what government is doing. Leave aside what they are not doing. Think about how you can contribute. And I promise you, when you have the money, you have what? You have the power. Look at what Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Isn't it interesting that when Elon Musk walked away, Donald Trump was almost like, oh, he was my friend and we were good. I don't know why he changed. Because the guy has what? He's the richest man on earth. He has the power. I'm not saying that it's all about money, though. I'm just saying that when you have money, you have a voice because you have the resources to make that change. You have the resources to build that borehole in a local community. You have the resources to create things for other people. You will create jobs because you have a business that's hiring 500 people. So those are my thoughts for you. Please think about it. You have a great future. The future, your future is bright. And who is Nigeria? Nigerians. If we have this community of children, all of you grow up, you mature. Each person is hiring 500 people. How will Nigeria not be better? God bless you.
All I'm doing right now is reflecting back some 50-something years ago. Can you imagine how we looked at that time? Just like you guys and girls. And by the way, the guy who came to defend our integrity, thank you. Because for a minute, I thought this was a girls' school only. And I really want to thank you. One thing that Dapo did not say when he was introducing Gregory da Silva, could you stand up again, please? Gregory, we were classmates. His command of the language was terrific. He could speak and speak. It was troublesome too, But now you can see that good things come in all packages. He is not a big guy. Okay, very calm. I don't even know how to describe him sometimes, but it was unique. They called him Gentle Dove. It was very rascally. Let me put it that way. Gregory, thank you for making us proud and for being a part of this. Thank you again.
50 years ago, we were seated in this hall to write our WAEC. And some of us were trembling. By the way, the man spoke just now was the third senior prefect of MCSS. Emmanuel Sawyer. That's it. We see him now. When we were writing our exams, we didn't know that we were actually putting the testimonies of our lives down that will shape our destiny. Let me tell you something. Some of us failed because of the question somebody asked. That's why I'm making reference to this. But that was not a closure to life. That was a new beginning. Hear me and hear me well. The Bible tells us something. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. And I want you to take note of it. It says, remember now thy Creator in the days of thy... And it began to add other things. I'm not here to preach, but just to tell you that you must, in all you do, remember your Creator. He owns your life. He owns your tomorrow. You are a partner with Him in shaping your life, in shaping your destiny. Yeah, you've heard a lot of things being said. And when I was listening to the speakers, you were, elaborating on things that are wrong with the country, how things were. I remember telling one of my children that the year I got married to their mother, petrol was 19 kobo per liter. How much is it now? No, sorry. So I want them to put it in perspective. 19 kobo means 0.19 naira. Why am I saying this? Life is a continuum. It keeps going in an incline. And you must climb as it goes. Financially, spiritually, materially, matrimonially, in all aspects of life. You need to climb along with it. Don't fall by the wayside. Now I want you to affirm it to yourself. I will not fall by the wayside. Only two of you said it. I want to hear everyone say it. There are things out there that want to question your destiny. Listen and hear me very well. 3 calibers of people in the world. All of us here belong to one or the other. There's first caliber of grumblers. What do? They grumble. Hey, this thing is happening. Hey, Tinubu has done something. Oh, Buhari did the other one. There are people, almost all of us here who are adults can talk about the presidents of Nigeria right from the time of maybe Aguiyi-Ironsi, 1966. We can say one or two things about the subsequent leaders. There has never been a time that people were claiming that, oh, the country is beautiful. I'm sure some of us old ones will still remember one song. Iluleo kosowo lode. Ọkùnrin kígbe, obìnrin kígbe, kálukú ló kígbe owó. This song was in the 60s. What it says is that everyone is shouting that the country is hard. There's no money. If they were singing that kind of song in the 60s, what songs did they sing in the 70s, 80s, and 90s? Right now, the grumblers are still grumbling. That is not where you belong. There's a second group, spectators. They are wondering what is happening. Hey, who is getting to position? Who is doing this? Who is doing that? And then there's a third group, the achievers. May I ask you, which group do you belong? Take notes. None of you used Wole Soyinka as example. All I hear is Burna Boy. What is burning, I don't know. All I hear is music, dancing. But there's still a lot of space for intellectual content. Please, be the best model of yourself. You have a responsibility to your parents who have sponsored you to be here. Responsibility to yourself. Responsibility to the Almighty God. I know you will never fail. You will succeed. Before I run that up, share with my friend where we were seated. There was someone who passed through this school, got to an important position in Nigeria, and decided to disgrace himself and disgrace this school. I'm not going to mention his name. Some of you may know. But please, there are good examples, just as there are bad examples. Someone was told to stand up for you to recognize him. In 1974, 75, he was the best in his chosen field to represent the school. Let me add this to it. The opponent in the final of 1975, some of you may not know, the opponent that time was the person who became the vice president of Nigeria. They are still friends. You can stand out. Develop yourself. I was finally, we were bidding for a project somewhere, and I had got to speak to somebody. And as I was talking, the one man there was saying, wow, you're speaking like someone who went to school abroad. I said, no, I schooled here. He said, what's the name of your school? I said, Maryland Comprehensive. Before I finished, he said, I said so. He was looking at Maryland that is in America. But the beautiful thing is, by the time I stepped in to defend my presentation, oh, the Maryland man, and I got the contract. Maryland man. Never knew that things can play out that way. Represent this school the best way you can. May the Almighty God bless you.
Difference in the marks It's so small, like point this, point that, So that means that all of you four people did very well. Yes, you did very, very well. In fact, if we have a way, we'll say it's like a tie. But of course, there will always be a first person, second person, third person. That's the way it works. Okay. Whatever position you have taken, you are going to have a gift here, which confirms that not going away empty-handed. So yeah. So from the fourth person will be let me see. That will be favor. Okay.
SP3 to please come so that she gets a double dose handshake and get encouraged. All right.
Okay. So going away today is a and cash gift of 10,000 naira. A cash gift of 10,000 naira. Oh, you go. Well. Yes. Oh, you go. Oh, you go. Favor. Oh, you go. All right.
It's my distinguished pleasure of giving this beautiful award to Favor Oyegoke.
Tofumi Ojo, third position. Yeah. Congratulations, Tofumi Ojo.
I want to invite Funke to come forward to come and shake her hands.
Did put up a good front. Very impressive.
Chikamara, is that what you said? Eh? They said Chikamara, they said you are second though. Okay, I agree with them. Come, Chikamara, you are second. Come up. Come up. Come up. Congratulations. Very well done.
To you, as to your great performance this morning. Congratulations.
Okay. No. Second. Oh, first one now. Okay. Okay, so Augustina Adelodu, congratulations. Congrats. Champion, stand up.
Mr. Gregory Da Silva, please come forward.
For the champion. Greg, what am I present?
Stand up for the champion, for the champion.
Stand up.
Mr. Da Silva, we're waiting for you. Come forward. Let's keep singing, let's keep celebrating. All right, it's your day, celebrating.
For the champion, stand up. Isn't that awesome? You know?
I'm so shy. I don't know what to say. Anyway, it's a pleasure being here. I couldn't have kept away from this particular program because it's what I like so much. And of course, we owe it to the school. So when people say that I really did well during the intercollegiate debates, I want the glory to go exclusively to the school, not me. I keep saying, I've always said it. And it's because we had good teachers and we had a very good principal, Mr. Antonio Muera. And incidentally, when I went for my A-levels, he came to meet me there too. He became my principal. Yeah, so he signed my testimonial when leaving Maryland. I also signed my testimonial when leaving St. Gregory's College. So when I had the opportunity, I can't remember where, I presented the two testimonials. They were worried and said, did this man, was he trying to give us fake testimonials? I knew that. I quickly explained that it was that spirit of Maryland that followed me to St. Gregory's College. I will forever be grateful to God that I attended this school. Honestly, it's the best school in the world. Yes. I thank God for our teachers then. They were quite wonderful. And I told somebody around here, I think a teacher to today, that I also thank them for stepping up. The school did not collapse. The school is far better than it was. So we are very grateful to the teachers, and we are grateful to all members of staff of this school. We couldn't have had anything different from what we had today. If it had performed lower than this, I would have been surprised. They spoke very well, more than I ever did anyway. I know that. So, what's your name, please? Okay, I met you. Say it again. Augustina. Your surname. Okay, Lord. That's very good. So, on behalf of the, what do I say now? On behalf of our set, let me just say our set. There was a set I met here when we were coming in. They left this school. We are 20 years older than them. 20 years older than them. So you could see the difference. Well, I'll keep thanking everybody anyway. So congratulations. I'm very proud of you. I was around when you were speaking. You are really spewing it, and I'm very happy. So, on behalf of our class set, I present this to you. Thank you very much.
Yes.
I'm standing here. Well, let me say all protocol duly observed, if there is any at all. I'm standing on it. I want to say a big thank you to you all, set 75 alumni. Thank you very much for finding a place in your heart to come back, to give back to the school where you started from, and that has given you so much. Thank you for your time and talent and the gifts also given to us. I may not be able to attend the rest of the program, but there will be representatives from the school, at least to say thank you and to also enjoy the day and time with you. Congratulations to you. 50 years is a lot more. 50 years, 50 good years, and thank God you are still alive to witness this and for us to also enjoy with you. 50 years is a lot more. So can you put your hands together for set 75. We are grateful. That's all I have to say for now. We are very, very grateful, and God will bless you abundantly. And I'm sure the students of MCSS will also find it in their hearts someday to come back to give back, because you are teaching them. It's by example, and so we are grateful. Thank you so much.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We're so thankful for these many years that you've kept all of us. We thank you for the ones that are here today and the ones that were not able to to be here with us today. We thank you for the ones that we've lost, and we thank you for the many blessings that we cannot count today. Coming in here today was such a blessing. I was overwhelmed with emotions like, oh my God, this place is very much the same. For all of that, Father, we give you glory. As you continue to supply this institution with people with vision, with purpose, and resources for this school to continue in your name and to continue to make a difference in this community. You are our God, and as Pastor Ayeni said,
we need to continue to keep God in everything that we do, because He will give us the light that we need to get to have a better vision of that purpose for our lives. And Father, as we leave this place today, we continue to ask for your protection, guidance, provision, wisdom,